Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, step right up. Welcome. Welcome to another episode of the Empowered Immigrant Live. All right, welcome to another episode of the Empowered Immigrant Live. Let me go live on Instagram also. All right, we had a few technical challenges there today, but I'm happy to get started. My name's Otis Landerholm. I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C., where we fight for your American dream. Welcome, and thank you so much for being here. And today our topic is strategies for permanent residence, right? If you go through the whole immigration process and finally get yourself a green card, it's like, how can we make sure you keep that green card, right? We want to give you strategies and tools so that you know how to maintain your green card. Got it? That's our plan for today. And thank you so much for being here. Welcome to everybody on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, and on Instagram. As always, we'll do this episode first in English, then in Spanish. And if you've got questions, all right, if you've got questions and you want to send them through, hey, please send them over. All right, we'd love to answer your questions. So, man, I'm seeing we've got some connectivity issues on Instagram. It's like, anyway, maybe the signal is weak or something right now. Never seen that before here. So, anyway, so welcome everyone, and thank you for being here. Remember that the Empowered Immigrant Live is here to train, to teach, to inspire, and to empower immigrants to make the most out of immigration law and to make the most out of their lives, okay? Today our theme is strategies for permanent residence, how to maintain your green card, okay? How to not lose your green card, right? Green cards are important or valuable or worth something. You don't want to lose them. So my question for you is, do you want to get a green card? Right? Is this your year? Do you have an opportunity to do that? Do you have an option to do that? Because if so, I would love to help you with that. I'd love to have my firm help you with that. My firm is on a mission to win 10,000 immigration cases in the next 10 years. We'd love for your case to be one of them. Thanks in advance to everyone who asked their questions. Again, if you have one, hey, send it over. That's part of what this is all about, okay? Now, before we get into the law, I want to start with an empowerment tip, all right? This is the Empowered Immigrant Podcast, so I want to start with an empowerment tip, and I am going to, I'm going to do that. So you ready for that? My question for you is, have you ever failed, all right? Like flat out, tried something, lost, failed, were embarrassed in front of others around you? Have you ever done that? All right? Because, look, it's cute when we do that as a kid. Oh, look at that. He's trying to walk, but he has a problem, but he keeps falling down, whatever. As we become adults, at some point, it's like embarrassing to fail. We get judged by others when we fail. All right? Like, it's okay, it's cute to fail when we're a toddler, but imagine you trip and fall walking when you're already like 10 years old. People look at you, they judge you for it. All right? Now, believe me, I've failed a lot. All right? I've failed a lot. I've put on events where no one came. I've spent time and money promoting events where no one came. All right? Have you ever failed? Here is what I want you to hear. All right, you ready? Here's what I want you to hear. It is good to fail. It's okay to fail. In fact, it's better to fail. We can't get better in our lives if we don't face challenges. We can't improve if we don't face adversity. Okay? We can't develop if we don't encounter obstacles and setbacks along the way and then learn from them and then grow from them and then change as a result. Like, I want to encourage everyone who's listening to me to fail at something, right? And let me be clear, because I am an immigration lawyer, let me be clear, I do want you to succeed in your immigration case. And fundamentally, I want you to succeed in your life, right? I do not want you to fail at your immigration case. Let me be clear about that. But in other areas of your life where the stakes are not so high, I want you to risk it. I want you to try it. I want you to go for it. Take an area of your life that matters to you and go for it. And it's like, even if you fail, so what? All right? You are an empowered, you're a capable person. You can get up, you can move forward, and you can succeed the next time. Got it? That's my empowerment tip today. I hope it was useful. Take it on. Take it on. Risk something. Go for something. I actually know that immigrants know that very, very well after having worked with thousands of them. It's like immigrants know they've risked everything to come to the U.S., facing the possibility of failure. And so like apply that in something else that's super important to you in your life, because it can propel you through the adversity. Who cares if somebody judges you if you fail? Get up, try again, you'll succeed the next time. All right? That is what success in life requires. It requires a risk. Got it? Okay, so enough of that. Now let's transition to our legal theme for today, which is strategies for permanent residence. How do you keep your green card? You've won your green card. Now you want to keep it. You want to preserve it. You want to protect it. You want to, maintain it. So how do you do that? First of all, we got to do the basics, right? First of all, don't leave the U.S. and stay out of the U.S. for more than 180 days. Okay? That's like the very basic. Don't leave the U.S. for more than 180 days. Yes, a green card comes with travel authorization. You can travel in and out of the U.S. Use your passport when you go to your home country. Use your green card along with your passport, both, when you come back to the U.S. Show the green card on re-entry into the U.S. But don't leave for more than 180 days. Why? One, because it causes a disruption in the physical presence requirement for citizenship. At least it can do that. And two, it causes you to require being subject to readmission by Border Patrol on entry. That can often lead to a secondary inspection where Border Patrol has to pull you aside and ask you all kinds of questions. What have you been doing outside the U.S. and things like that. It is just highly recommendable to never stay outside the U.S. for more than 6 months. Okay? But now hold on a second. What if there's something else? What if you've got a special situation? What if you've got a green card and you've got a special situation, you've got some circumstances, you've got to leave the U.S. for a longer period of time, all right, then what? Advice, get a re-entry permit first. We do a re-entry permit. It's on Form I-131. They aren't that difficult to get, all right? They aren't that difficult to get. And they can give you up to 2 years out of the U.S., and you get this little booklet. So now you've got 3 travel documents. You've got your passport, your green card, and this re-entry permit. And the 3 of them together you can show to Border Patrol and allow you to come in, no questions asked, up to 2 years out of the U.S., all right? And they're renewable, okay? So re-entry permits are worth it if you've got a special situation, if you need to be outside the U.S. for a longer period of time. Got it? Okay? And sometimes people ask, yo, Otis, yo, attorney, abogado, yeah? I've already been out of the U.S. for a long time. All right, for too long. Maybe I've already been out of the U.S. for over 2 years. Right? If you're in that situation, talk to an attorney first. The reason is that sometimes you have arguments to just, hey, come back to the, buy a plane ticket and come on back. All right? But here's the way to do it. Here's the way to do it. All right? Imagine you were out and you were unable to come back because of, say, the COVID-19 pandemic. All right? Or say you were out and you were diagnosed with some medical condition. Right? And the doctor was like, yo, imagine you were diagnosed with cancer, you're out of the United States, and you got to go through treatment and stuff in your home country, and it's not wise for you to just leave your doctor and come back to the U.S. just because of an immigration thing, right? Or if there's some other thing that's outside of your control, maybe your parents had some kind of medical issue and they needed your support, right? If you're in that situation, sometimes the best advice is, hey, yeah, you were out for 2 years, right? Let's buy your plane tickets. Our office could write you a travel letter where we detail what exactly happened, detail why you never intended to, quote unquote, abandon your residence, and we basically ask Border Patrol, it's in their discretion, we ask Border Patrol to allow you back in, and we argue that, one, you never intended to abandon your residence, and two, if they disagree with you, please allow you to fight that case in court in front of an immigration judge, and by the way, you've already retained an attorney to help you with that, all right, if it becomes necessary, all right, like you've got a law firm ready to vouch for you. And you can do that, all right? You can do that. My office has won that, all right? We recently won that on a case for a elderly woman who had been outside of the United States for over 3 years, okay? It is possible. And now she's back in the U.S. and she's got her green card, right? And she was not sent to immigration court. It is possible. It depends on the facts in your case, and it also depends on the Border Patrol official who you meet with, because Border Patrol does have a lot of power at the, at the port of entry at the airport. Okay, so wanted to say that. What else do you need to know? All right, as a permanent resident, you should avoid certain things, right? As an immigrant, period, you should avoid certain things. For example, don't get arrested, right? Don't violate any law. All right. Another one, though, you might not know of. Sometimes people get tricked about this. Don't vote, and don't even register to vote. Okay. Sometimes the voter people at election time, they're like, "Hey, are you registered to vote? Hey, are you registered to vote? You need to register to vote. You got to, support our democracy." Great. Only if you're a U.S. citizen. If you're a green card holder, do not register to vote. That can be used against you, all right? Number 3 should be obvious, but sometimes it's not. The advice is do not use, possess, cultivate, sell, transport any drug, including marijuana, even in a state where marijuana has supposedly been legalized. Don't, all right? Marijuana is illegal under federal law still. Hopefully it won't be forever, right? There's activism, right, pushing Congress to remove marijuana from the Federal Controlled Substances Act. But right now, it can cause you to become deportable, all right? So don't have anything to do with marijuana is the third thing to avoid. Fourth is do not say that you're a U.S. citizen for any reason, okay? Always say, no, I've got a green card. I'm not a U.S. citizen. Don't check any box on a job application saying you're a U.S. citizen. Things like that. Immigration takes that stuff super seriously. And number 5 of the big ones, right, is don't help family members, don't help anybody enter the U.S. without permission. Don't pay for a coyote to bring in an aunt or a family member just because their situation is super tragic, right? Because it can go much worse for them, you, for everybody. All right? Any of those things can cause you to be put into deportation proceedings, and so avoid them. Don't do them. Okay? And so that's really it. That's really it. The bottom line is green cards are valuable. Green cards, like, it's your freedom. It's the ability to apply for citizenship in the future. It's the ability to work anywhere you want to travel as you want to live the life you want. All right? Wherever it is, in the U.S., outside the U.S., and then have the freedom to come back in, whatever. So once you have it, protect it. Use it well. All right? And then, at 3 to 5 years in the future, depending on your situation, have the conversation to discuss becoming a U.S. citizen, which brings a heightened level of freedom, travel rights, etc. Okay? So that's it. That's my theme for today. I hope it was helpful. I want to get into your questions. We do have several questions today. So the first question I got is related to U visas. So let's see here. It's from Alma. Alma, thank you for asking your question. You say, I've been waiting for my U visa in Mexico. I filed my case in January of 2018. How long do I need to continue waiting before my U visa gets approved? So that's a great question, Alma. I wish it were an easy question to answer. The way it works is, is that there are, the law only permits 10,000 U visas to be approved every year, and there's an enormous backlog, all right? January 2018, my best estimate is they won't even be looking at January 2018 until like 2026 or 2027. We're talking 4 or 5 more years, okay? And, hopefully I'm wrong about that, right? But I do think that, going through 2017's filings will take 3 or 4 years to get through, okay? And so you got to be aware of that. I hope that was helpful. And if you need help, Alma, to make sure that your U visa was done properly, hey, contact my office. We'd love to help you. All right? So the next question I got comes from Cornelio. Cornelio, hello, thank you. You say, how can you help me? I have a court hearing on September 8th of 2022. I'm worried about my situation. And then you talk a bit more about your situation. Somebody's using your identity, things like that. The bottom line is you've got a hearing coming up fast, all right? Less than a month away. I'm filming this. It's August 18th. And you're saying you've got a court hearing September 8th. That's less than a month away. So the best thing to do is to pick up the phone. Like if you want my office to help you, the best thing to do is pick up a phone or send us your phone number, and let's schedule that appointment and let's talk it all through, all right? Court is no simple matter. Court is not something to mess around with, all right? Like, let's create our strategy. Let's take it one step at a time. Let's understand what's going on. Let's understand what your rights and your options are in your situation, and let's come up with a game plan, okay? So we're just a phone call away. We'd love to help you with that. Okay, awesome. So let's see. I want to see if I've gotten some other questions here in English. Godchild, hello. I see you there. Hello to you. Dukarai, hello. Good afternoon. Godchild, you ask, how long is a VAWA green card taking to process? I've been waiting a year now since my I-360 is approved. Okay, this is a tricky question. Thank you for asking that. And I'm glad that your I-360 was approved, okay? So the first question for you to make sure of is, was your I-360 submitted at the same time as your I-485, or were they separate, all right? If we're just talking about the I-485 right now, all right, right now looking at processing times, they take on average approximately 2 years just for the I-485 to be approved. And so if you've been waiting 1 year, my guess is it's probably still going to be a while. Okay, probably still going to be another year. hopefully it could go faster than that, but that's just being realistic. Okay. I see a question here from, I think it's Marcelia. All right, Marcelia, hello and welcome. You say, what if there is no answer after 4 months in an I-751 Stokes interview? Hey, great question. Thank you for asking that. You say the officer was very cold and hostile, and my wife and I cannot live a day without each other after 6 years, and so we were in shock. Marcelia, thank you for asking that question, and I'm sorry that you went through that, but what you're saying, it's not uncommon, right? It's not uncommon, and what you're saying highlights the benefit of going to an interview like that, fully prepared and with a lawyer, all right? Now, if anybody's listening to this, really listen to it. Don't go to a marriage-based interview without a lawyer. They've been together for 6 years. They can't live a day without each other, and still their case could get denied because they got some jerk of an officer. Are you hearing what they're saying? So it's like, really, go to an interview like that with a lawyer, and the best way is if your lawyer prepares you fully in advance of that interview. Like, let's do a full role play of what a Stokes interview is. Let's separate this spouse and this spouse. Let's ask spouse number 1 a whole bunch of questions. Let's ask spouse number 2 a whole bunch of the same questions. And then let's bring you both back in and compare your answers. Because in relationships, there's always things that are inconsistent. Our job is we want to minimize the inconsistencies, right? We want to make sure that as the immigration officer is reviewing the case, it's like, we want to demonstrate you've got a legitimate relationship. Okay? All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. Really, thank you all so much for being here. If I haven't answered your question, I still will. Please submit it, and I'll upload it to our YouTube channel. The way to see those is to please subscribe to our channel in YouTube and hit that notifications bell. There you can get updates, news, things like that. Okay? And I really appreciate your being here. Thank you on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We actually had technical difficulties on Instagram, which I'm sorry about, but we will upload the YouTube version onto Instagram for people to see there today. And so thank you all so much for being with me. My name's Otis Landerholm. I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. If you've got an immigration case, hey, please give us a call. We are here to help. And hey, I'll see you all on the next episode of the Empowered Immigrant Live. Thanks.